This is a version of a tricep kickback where we're going to rest our torso over the stability ball. We came up with this because I find that the regular tricep kickback with both arms it's just a very challenging position, and I find it difficult to do with good form without my shoulders kind of rolling forward and kind of pinching in. And by having our torso supported by the ball, it just takes that load off and allows us to really work on, doing the tricep movement without losing the good form of our upper body. So you just need a ball, something for your knees, and then with tricep kickbacks, typically we ladies, can't do really heavy weights, so a lighter weight, probably in the 3 to 5 pounds to start, honestly, and you might be able to work up to 8 pounds. Now, once I lay my chest on the ball, because of my mic, it's here, under here in my chest, it's gonna sound weird, so I'm gonna try to explain as much as I can when I'm not on the ball. So, the idea is you're going to be resting your chest on the ball, and there's a couple different ways to do it. So, I'll try not to lean on the ball and talk. I think I might have to do it. So when we're here, so the farther down on your chest, more in your core, it's going to support you more. But the trouble with that, where's the dumbbell? The trouble with that is that with the position of the movement, you don't get as much range of motion because the dumbbell then kind of hits the ball, right? So one way to kind of counteract that is to go ahead and push the ball out a little further so that less of your chest is on the ball. When you do that, you will have to use your core muscles to kind of keep your spine and core neutral, because now some of that's kind of just out here in the air, right? So you're going to have to use that to keep you stable. But you can do that, then you have a little more range of motion, right? So that's one tip there, either here or in here, whatever works for you. Now the second thing is, this movement, the range of motion with the ball is kind of small, but one way we can help with that is the way we hold the dumbbell. So normally we hold the dumbbell in the middle of the handle, right? In this case, if we do that, in the middle of the dumbbell, we're gonna run into the ball, fairly soon. It's not the end of the world. But one very simple thing to just get a little more range of motion is to simply hold the dumbbell closer to one head, the head that's closest to the ball. Okay, so you're gonna, instead of holding it in the middle, and this is a short dumbbell, most dumbbells are longer, so you'd be able to see it more obviously, but you're gonna go ahead and, get real close to the neck, right here, the head on one side, and that is going to give you just a little more range of motion before you run into the ball, okay? Hi, I'm Rayzell. If you're a woman in your over 40s like myself and you want to get into resistance training, but you have felt up to this point kind of overwhelmed and worried that you're not going to do it right and that you're going to hurt yourself, I create really in-depth tutorials to break these movements down for you, show you what to avoid, how to make the movement easier and more doable for you. If you like my style of teaching and you'd like to keep learning with me, come on over to my website at inspirefulwomen.com. Now keep in mind, with this exercise, your triceps going to be working the most in this range right here anyway. Once your elbow gets more bent, like down here, nothing's really going on right here, except maybe like an isometric contraction. So gravity's just holding me here. My muscle's not working in this part. It's really this last part. So it's really totally okay that, we only have a little range of motion for it, because this is really where the triceps doing most of the work anyway. We're not really missing out. In fact, with any of the tricep kickbacks, you can kind of purposefully not come all the way to here. You can just kind of stay in here, because like I said, that's really where the tricep is doing all the work. Okay, so now that we've talked about a few things like that, let's go ahead and get into position. So your knees can be, just hip width apart, really whatever's comfortable. This doesn't really matter all that much. Hips are over the knees. My feet are just laying there on the ground. The main thing is just holding that dumbbell close to the head here, and then putting your chest on the ball somewhere where you can get the range of motion that's good for you. The goal is to try to get your torso as parallel to the ground and bent over as possible, so that we can be in a position where the tricep will be working. If my ball were bigger and I was more like this,
My triceps not really going to be working in this position, right? Because I don't really have any gravity that I'm working against. So we do want to get that torso more bent over. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get into position.
Like that. Now we want to make sure that we keep our shoulders pulled back and down in this position. We want everything kind of hunched up and round forward. So keep all this back and press down. And then we're going to lift our upper arm in line with the torso here, or even a little bit behind, okay? So this is our starting position. Then to do the movement, you're just going to straighten the elbow, keeping the upper arm still in place. Notice that my elbow isn't going to drop up and down. My elbow is staying in place, and it's my hand coming up to meet the level where my elbow is at, right? So my elbows stay in place, and I straighten the elbow, and my forearm moves up, right? Just like that. And remember to try to keep those shoulders down. So we're not. So let's just do a few together now. Remember keeping those shoulders down, nice elongated neck. Keep the elbows in place and close to the body. And straighten the elbow, the forearm and hand move up into space like that. You can really kind of squeeze at the top there and slowly lower.
Thanks for being with me today, ladies. Once again, I'm Rayzell, and if you're a woman in your over 40s like myself and you like the movements that I'm teaching and you'd like to do full-length workouts with me in beautiful outdoor nature settings, can't promise there will always be snow, but you know, beautiful outdoor nature settings and with chill music, if that sounds good to you and you like my style of teaching, come on over to my website at inspirefulwomen.com.